Hello everyone, I am Trisha Kharbanda from class 8th. I study in Delhi Public School Khanna. Today I will tell you about our Indian judicial system. Now my first slide introduces that what is judiciary. As we all know that there are three organs of government: legislature, executive and judiciary. Judiciary is the third and very important organ of government. It is also very important in a democracy. It is the system of courts that interprets and applies the law. It is used to resolve disputes. The judiciary of India takes care of maintenance of law and order in the country. My next slide will tell you about the role of judiciary. Judiciary is very important organ of government. The work that the judiciary does can be divided into following. First role of judiciary is the judicial system provides a mechanism for resolving disputes between citizens and the government, between two state governments and between center and the state government. Next role of judiciary is the judicial review. The judiciary also has the power to strike down particular laws passed by the parliament if it believes that these are a violation of the basic structure of constitution. Next role of judiciary is upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Every citizen of India can approach the Supreme Court or High Court if they believe that their fundamental rights are being violated. My next slide will tell you that independent judiciary. India has an independent judiciary which is free from the influence of legislature and executive. They cannot interfere in the work of judiciary. The independence of the judiciary allows the courts to play a central role in ensuring that there is no misuse of power by the legislature and the executive. One of the main aspects of the independent judiciary is separation of powers. Once the judges appointed to this office, it is also very difficult to remove a judge. My next slide will tell you that does everyone have access to the courts? All citizens of India can access to the courts in this country. This implies that every citizen has a right to justice through the courts. If any citizen believes that their rights are being violated, they can approach the court for justice to be done. In reality, access to the courts has always been difficult for the vast majority of poor in India. Legal procedures involve a lot of money and paperwork as well as take up a lot of time. For a poor person who cannot read and whose family depends on daily wage, the idea of going to court to get justice often seems remote. Next, we will read that what is PIL. It stands for Public Interest Litigation. The Supreme Court in the early 1980s devised a mechanism of PIL to increase access to justice. It allowed any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or the Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights were being violated. The legal process was greatly simplified, and even a letter or telegram addressed to the Supreme Court or High Court could be treated as a PIL. In the early years, PIL was used to secure justice on a large number of issues such as rescuing bonded laborers from inhuman work conditions. Now, next we will read that the different branches of the legal system. There are two different branches of the legal system which are first civil law, second criminal law. Let us read that what is criminal law. It deals with any harm or injury to rights of individuals. For example, disputes related to sale of land, purchase of goods, rent matters, divorce cases. A petition has to be filed before the relevant court by the affected party only. In a rent matter, either the landlord or tenant can file a case. The court gives the specific relief asked for. For instance, in a case between a landlord and a tenant, the court can order the flat to be vacated and rent to be paid. This was all about the criminal law. Now let us read further that what is the civil law. It deals with conduct or acts that the law defines as offenses. For example, theft, harassing a woman to bring more dowry, murder. It usually begins with the lodging of an first information report (FIR) with the police, who investigate the crime, after which a case is filed in the court. If found guilty, the accused can be sent to jail and also fined. Next, we will read that the structure of courts. At the top is the Supreme Court, which is located in the New Delhi. Next is High Court, which is located in every state. Each state has its own High Court. Next is Lower Court, which can be also identified with the name District Court. It is located in every district. Let us read about them. Level of courts. There are three levels of courts in India. First one, at the top is the Supreme Court, which is located in New Delhi and is presided by the Chief Justice of India. The decisions made by the Supreme Court are binding on all the other courts in India. Next, each state has the High Court, which is the highest court of that state. Their jurisdiction is limited to state only, and their decisions are not binding on other states. Next, each state is divided into districts that are presided over by a district judge. These are at district or tehsil level. These courts work under the control of High Court. Next slide is bibliography. I have gathered the information of PPT from internet, NCERT, social and political life. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, stay at your home.